Hello everyone, and welcome back to this week's video. It is now September, and what does it mean? It means it's time for my annual Halloween character. So year 1 was in fact my first doll ever. Last year was Jackie Lantern, and this year, this Claudine Wolf doll. Well, the base is, but we're actually gonna redesign her as a ScareCrow, while still keeping my theme going, of orange, black, and yellow as much as possible. So let's get started. So for my third Halloween doll, I had to go out of my comfort zone. Year 1 was to make a doll in general. Year 2 was using Monster High dolls for the first time. And I know I always try something new in almost all of my videos. But for this Halloween doll, it's gonna start with the hair. So for the first time ever, I'll be using yarn. And not in the conventional way wig maker use it. But I was trying to find a way to make her look more like a scarecrow. At first, I really wanted to use hay or something like that, but at this scale, I don't think it would look good or even work. So I pre-cut my strands, and if someone wants to count them, well, I use everything you see on screen. I don't know if it's possible to count, but if you want to try, there it is. For the hairstyle, I didn't go too hard on myself and made it super easy. I just want to cover the small hole left from the ear, so I'm going to do some small ponytails with the hair around. I also do not think a scarecrow would have this super intricate hairstyle, so I think it's just enough. Next is the outfit. I'm gonna have a lot of different parts, but I'll start with this fabric, which is gonna make some kind of overalls. I was a little bit sad this year when I decided to go with design over continuity, but when I found this fabric with at least some orange in, and come on, this cute mini design is perfect for doll clothes, it was the perfect fabric to make me forget my sadness. The next two fabric are gonna be for the shirt. Again, I tried to bring back my original colors. I could have gone with black, but I thought everything was so vibrant and I use yellow in all of my other dolls, just really suddenly. So I gave it a bigger part on this doll instead of the black. I also did the half and half aesthetic because I feel that a scarecrow usually has the clothes from the far back of the closet or really old stuff. So I thought that the patchwork would be really cool, but at this scale it's really not easy, so the half and half was just the best way to make it work. And of course, it needs to be aged a little, but I don't want to dirty it, just age it, so I'm gonna do some simple superficial cut everywhere. Now for the last closing detail, the hay. I actually do not know what this is. I think people use it to weave some basket or something, but I thought it was almost perfect to recreate the hay that comes out from everywhere on a scarecrow. But of course, it needs to be a little more stylish. It was also almost the perfect blend of her skin tone and her hair color, which was so cool. Now, I'm gonna attempt a flower, but not any kind, a sunflower. In between mine and my mom's house, there's a field of sunflower that blooms every year, which is really beautiful, but it's also in my colors. So for that, I'm gonna cut some petals and paint the tip orange, and did a small gradient to a orange-red color. And just because I didn't have the exact color I wanted, I just kind of dry brush some yellow on top to bring down the brightness of the orange a little. And with that, I'll leave you on a small montage of me putting all the petals together. And for right now, we're just gonna put that aside and start on the face paint. Let me just remove her factory paint. And now, just like every face up, I'm gonna start with the eye, and mostly every detail will be black. I really wanted to give it some of Jackie's lantern vibe. For Jackie, I based myself off a clown makeup, but for this one, I really wanted more a Oogie Boogie vibe from Nightmare Before Christmas. But still in my aesthetic, which is basically just add stitches where I feel like it and create the illusion there could be something behind those details, like, void or something, which I think I kind of got. And to recall all of my past Halloween dolls, she will for sure have some yellow eyes with some little stars as the eye shine, again to recall my last dolls. As you can also notice, I didn't do the right eye. And no, it is not to do it off camera, but to put my flower. I thought that the feeling of something growing out of somewhere would be really cool, even though it could be kind of gross, but I think this way makes it less creepy. Maybe. For the lasting of this doll, I'm gonna paint her some shoes. I put yellow as the base since I think this color is the color I use the most, and black for the lace. And since there was already some details on the shoe, I thought I could add a little bit of pop with adding some orange also. And with that, we are done and we can go to the final shots.